Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Blackblade and welcome back to another brand new vlog series featuring the Marauder Sunder Build. Now before we go into the skill proper, let's talk a little bit about the Sunder skill gem itself. This is a pretty interesting skill gem in the sense that the monsters that you hit will actually release a circular shockwave, dealing damage against its surrounding enemies. So which means that the skill itself can create some sort of a cascading effect, wherein if you hit several monsters in a straight line or along the path of the skill gem, it can create several shockwaves that can damage them, that can damage each monsters which are near the explosion. So it's going to be interesting, and what actually affects the AoE is the explosion itself. Now as you can see here, the Sunder is kind of like this large or as thick as the character itself, but when you remove the carcass jack or a little bit of AoE, the length of the or the thickness of the Sunder skill gem is actually still the same. So yeah, the only thing that affects the AoE part is the part where it explodes when the monster hits it. But aside from that, the monsters also get a damage when they get hit by the Sunder wave itself. So there are actually two damages that are coming out of the skill gem. One is out of the wave, the line that comes out of the skill gem, and then the next is the shockwave that comes out of it. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty interesting mechanic. Hold on, let's just resummon our golem and our aura. So with that said, let's get into the skill tree. So the Ascendancy class that we chose here is the Juggernaut, simply because you just can't really ignore the fact that Unrelenting gives you so much defense and offense at the same time. So that's one of the reasons why I really love this Ascendancy class. Of course, passing through also Unflinching, which gives us a 20% chance to gain an endurance charges when we get hit. Plus we get that one additional endurance to our maximum charges. So we can get about 7 in total. You could get 8 if you help Oak, but I didn't. I actually just got the skill node with that one, and or the skill point with that one. Or you could probably get another one from one of the uniques. I kind of forget, but I think you can get a total of 9 or 10 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you want to go that route, you can actually go to that route. And then the next will be the Unyielding, of course, for the 30% damage when we get a Fortify. Plus we get that sweet 1.5 life regen per second. So that's going to be really awesome. Now let's get into this skill tree proper. So we did take the life and armor nodes over here, ending with Warrior's Blood. We went up to get the Heart of the Warrior for some life. Born to Fight. We are going to be using a two-handed Mace weapon for this one, specifically the Marohi Erqi. It's not really necessary, but if you can get this one, this is going to be really awesome for the build. Or if not, you can just get a two-handed mace or two-handed axe that has a huge DPS. Preferably something above 300 DPS will do. Of course, passing through Butchery over here and the Barbarism. And then we went to the left side over here to take the Skull Cracking, two of the powerful mace nodes in the game, and of course the Bone Breaker. And then we've gotten the Resolute Technique right there, and then we went down over here to take the another endurance charges, and then we've gotten a Socket here. Now when it comes to Socket, you can actually play around with a lot of stuff here, but preferably you'd really want some attack speed with your maces, some probably increased melee damage, and of course plus 12 to or any resistances that you might need if you are not capped yet. Of course, the Sunder also has this less attack speed in it, and the shockwaves deal 30% less damage. So it would be much more beneficial if you guys could mitigate those by getting as much mace damage or physical melee damage as you can. So next we went down over here to take some life notes again, ending with Bloodlines. We went up over here to take the Unwavering Stance, and then we went over here to take some base damage nodes, and finally getting the Bloody Bludgeon for our life leech. And we went to the right side over here towards the dual skill tree to take the Executioner and the Wrecking Ball. We went up to get some more endurance charges over here. Destroyer, Master of Arena, Bravery, and then the Art of the Gladiator. And then we went over to the right side, far right side over here to take the Iron Reflexes for some armor. We took another Jewel Socket over here, which has a 16% increased physical damage, some attack speed, and some rarity items found. And then finally, we finished off by getting the Golem's Blood and the Life Node over here. So next, we went up over here to take the Indomitable for that 20% reduced extra damage from critical strikes, and we get that sweet 30% increased armor. We went up over here to take some life and mana reduction cost nodes, ending with Tireless. Then we went to the right side to take the Blunt Instrument for some damage with our maces and the 30% increased armor. And then we went up over here to take the Sanctity, the Discipline and Training, Retribution, and then finally getting the Amplify. The Amplify is really not necessarily you can actually play around if you feel like you're doing, or the skill is already doing a pretty good AoE, then this is 2 more points that you could probably spend somewhere else. But for me, I took it because I really like the AoE effect of the Sunder. Now finally we went up over here to take another endurance charge, and then finally getting the devotion for our life. Now, since our level is only at 86, so guys could probably push this up to level 90. I suggest that completing the life node over here by taking this one. Other than that, you could also get some more life nodes and armor over here. If you're using a one-hand mace or any one-handed axe, you could change a couple of routes. Instead of going with two-handed weapon damage over here, you can go with strong arm, with one-handed weapon damage instead. And then of course you'll be using a shield whip for that one. You may want to go over here to take the solidity for, again, some more increased melee physical damage while you have a shield up. And then of course you're going to be changing some stuff over here. Instead of getting the Destroyer, you'd probably go over here to take the Defiance because you're holding a shield. Then continue to proceed up to get Masters of Arena, Bravery, and then Art of the Gladiator. And then of course, instead of taking the Execution nodes over here, you'll probably be taking the Testudo instead, and then the Retaliation. Alright then, so that's about it when it comes to our skill tree. Let's get into what's attached to our Sunder. So what's attached there is a added fire damage, melee physical damage, faster attacks, and multi-strike. If this were a 6 link, I'd probably add in some life leech in it, or AoE. It really depends. If we are going to add some life leech, we'd remove these three nodes right here and probably get some more melee damage nodes over here, finally getting a jeweled socket over there, or we can choose to get some armor over here and then another jeweled socket, or if you're lacking life, if you haven't reached the 5k mark yet, you may want to go with the Juggernaut over here, which is actually pretty sweet, giving us 60% increased armor, 6% life, and then 20% increased recovery from our life flasks. And then of course we have that unique weapon in the Marohi Erqi, which gives us a level 15 increased area of effect, which is already a good ability for, or an added ability for our build. So that's a free effect over there. If you can't get the Marohi Erqi, then just get a two-handed axe or two-handed mace, which has a DPS of above 300. So that you guys don't waste any DPS. Alright, so when it comes to our gloves, we're going to be using this, some life and then resistances. I master crafted a 12% attack speed right there. Life resist to life resist to our belt, life and then resist to our boots right there. Again, life and resist for our 2 rings right there, and then of course if you can add some mana leech in there, and then finally an onyx amulet for amulet, just to get all of the requirements met. And then of course we have the Carcass Jack, which is also really helpful because of that 20% increased radius area of the skills, and then we get that 12% increased area damage. And then finally Devotus Devotion for our helmet for the 60% increased attack speed. Alright then, so that I've already talked about what's connected to our Sunder. Next, so we have Mana Leech connected to Enduring Cry, Vengeance, and Hatred, because yes, I do experience a little bit of mana problems sometimes. It's not really that often, but the Vengeance and the Mana Leech actually solves it for me. And then of course we have the Molten Shell connected to CWDT and Life Leech over there, and then we have an increased area of effect. I did remove the Immortal call, simply because, you know, I really wanted the charges up, instead of using them for the immortal call instead. So it's kind of like a fun option for you guys if you want the immortal call better. You know, you could probably choose on getting the immortal call instead of, you know, just going without it. Alright, so what's connected next to our Herald of Ash is Leap Slam, Fortify, Summon Flame Golem, faster attacks, and then we have Portal over there. Finally, for our curse, we have Warlord's Mark, Enhance attached to CWDT, and then finally Blood Rage. Alright, then, so our damage of the Sunder is at 33k, but that goes up to about 44k or 40k and above. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna see it later, which is not actually pretty bad. You know, once you reach 30k, that's kind of like an okay DPS in my opinion. Finally, our armor is at 9.8k with an estimated physical damage reduction of 49%. All of our resistances are capped. Also, our life regeneration is pretty good at 304 points over there. Oh my god, I can't really talk properly right now. The map that we're going to do is the Gorge map with 23 more magic monsters. Over there is your typical leveling map. But first, I'm going to sell some crap, which I forgot to do so a while ago. Okay, so alright, so those are bad. Alright then, so let's get into doing the map right now. Okay, let's go. Alright then, here we go. So far, you know, I've been enjoying the skill. It's really similar to the well, maybe not that similar, but it's actually pretty close to what do you call this, the ground slam skill gem. Some people are even saying that it's just it's actually just a you know, a reskin of the ground slam, which is, I don't know, I don't really see it, but so far I'm enjoying what the skill is, yeah, for what it is, what I mean. Alright then, so as you can see, the damage is at what, 44k right now. All of the charges are up, with of course the Fortify effect on over there. Oh my god, I hope I don't get any desyncs. Defensively, I think it's pretty good. As you can see, our hold on. Sometimes that really bumps up. Alright, if we pop in the Granite Flask, it goes up to 20k with an estimated physical damage reduction of what was it? 90%, which is actually pretty sweet. And I highly suggest that you guys, you know, try this one. It's pretty good. So some of you guys have suggested the EQ build or the Earthquake build, which I'm going to look into probably after 4 more builds, because I have some plan already, you know, when it comes to the updates of my vlogs, and there's still a lot. I think I still have like 8 more builds that I could update with this, so before I could get into the EQ build itself. So yeah, but I did see the EQ build, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a what do you call this? It's kind of like the Ice Crash skill gem, but with the delayed reaction or the delayed damage, I believe. Oh, let's get out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna really look into it real soon, and I'm pretty interested in that one. All right, so we've got some good maps over here, some six socket over there. So as you can see, you can also play the skill gem, you know, as a range type. You know, you don't really need to get into it, but then you'd be missing out on the Fortify. One tactic that you could use is you could you could just turn on the Fortify and then, you know, get out and then just, you know, hit them from a distance. All right then. So more gameplay over here. So let's try to hurry up, because I think I've spent what like 10 minutes talking, which is actually pretty bad. Usually when I talk, I really wanna boil it down to about just probably 8 minutes or so, so that, you know, we don't really waste that much time. Alright, so we have Zana over here. What's her quest? Her quest is slay the rogue exile. So that's gonna be easy. Usually rogue exiles are, you know, pretty easy to take care of. Excuse me, pretty easy to take care of. Alrighty then. Now let's go. Let's kill some more monsters over here. I've been getting some really bad desyncs since a while ago, and then I'm pretty happy that I'm not getting desyncs right now, you know. I tried several servers, and right now I think I'm in the Australian servers, which is weird because from what I'm hearing, you know, Australian servers are actually pretty bad, but sometimes they're actually pretty good. Like, you know, like right now, it's actually pretty awesome. Alrighty then, and I do apologize guys if I haven't uploaded anything as of late. You guys have to understand, or please understand, that I have an 8-hour job from Mondays through Fridays, and during Saturdays, of course, we have that sweet, you know, rest day. Yeah, although sometimes I still do upload videos on you know, on weekends, or yeah, weekends. Sometimes I don't though, because, you know, you get really stressed out from Monday through Friday, and yeah, people need to rest, man. People need to rest. Alright then, what did I get? I got something that I should have gotten. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's continue with the gameplay. So as you can see, the build is actually working pretty well. What the fuck? The build is actually pretty well, and the skill works best if the monsters are actually close together, like that. If you saw that, one explosion could trigger, you know, or one Sunder, you know, activation can trigger several explosions if the monsters are really close together, or if your AOE is actually pretty huge, which is, you know, also one of the huge benefits of having a lot of AOE in the skill. I really wanted to use the what do you call this, the series disfavor for this one, because I know I'd get a shit amount of damage with that one. But yeah, you know, Marohi Erqi is not really that expensive, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I just found mine, and you know, I just mastercrafted it. Hold on, holy crap, this is already the boss. I kind of didn't see that. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. So as you can see, we can face tank him really awesomely with all of the charges up. And alright, so he's dead. So we didn't get lucky with any uniques at this run. Alright then, so that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of my video. Have a good one. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, just don't get caught in that ice thing that she does. Okay. Alright then, second form in. No unique items yet.